Yeah, hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, on another one, Jimmy got Aaron on here, getting a minute to kind of check my sound setting and stream to everything else. And Aaron, sound check. Hello, everybody.
I'm waiting for the ad on YouTube to stop playing, but we'll have a sound check in just a second.
Right. And Aaron, sound check. Hello, everybody.
Alright, on YouTube I am super loud and you're a little quiet. You might adjust that.
Aaron, getting a minute to check. Because once again, even though I had the stupid auto adjuster thing turned off, now it is eject my microphone down to 10%. The year 200%. So Discord, if you hear any Discord, please gonna re-uncheck this stupid box so it's not auto adjusting 24/7. Turn it off. I mainly want to set it and lock it at my certain settings. Not okay, you can set it, then I'll forget you, and I'll just do it myself over and over and over. So readjusting.
Alright, you ready to test again?
Alright. Now Discord, you see 75 to the input, 100 to the other. Please leave the damn thing alone. Don't auto adjust it. You know the damn thing turned off. Go ahead.
Testing, testing, testing. Alright, sounds good.
Alright. Alright, the story going into the ladies and gentlemen. Let me do this real quick. Alright, so K-13 a little while ago just got completed.
No, it didn't.
Oh, I mean research lab, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna say, what the heck happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, seeing how much further we had to do with K-13, and also I was still looking at K-13. Sorry, but yeah, thank you, Aaron. Research lab just got completed a little while ago. So as you can see, you go down here where it says upgrade available. All we had is those
Hello, Longsword.
boost things. What?
I was saying hello to Longsword.
Hey, Longsword in him? Oh yeah, hi Longsword, testing, yep. But as I was saying, research lab is now completed. Interior, exterior. Now me and Aaron just ran around on the inside. The only thing I could think of, in the one room, I don't remember the spinning ball thing up on the top that Aaron said it was probably there, it just wasn't spinning. But the lower part where you was able to walk around, walk under, just everything else, seems to be. The exchange is now unlocked, so now you can use the exchange here. The bank is now unlocked, and the starship trade, now it'll go to, and then you see construction, the fleet-wide stuff, tier 3 is now unlocked. As you can see, I'm actually sitting above the research lab, where you have this little antenna thingy here, and when you go into the conference room, hey, how long, sword? When you go into the conference room, which is somewhere down here somewhere, you can actually see this lovely thing here when you're standing in the conference room. So, Aaron, what do you think of that so far? Did we lose you, Aaron?
No, I'm still here. I was just fireworking.
Ah, okay. Oh, thank you, AJ. AJ on Twitch says hi and he's auto hosting nice stream. So thank you, AJ.
You see
And the
that
other thing I
Hapax
noticed,
warbird down there?
yeah, there's a warlord that warps in. It warps in over here and comes in this way. And then down there, there's a battle cruiser that'll come on behind me, warp in behind me somewhere, and just come through. The battle cruiser will go this way and like warp out. The warlord will go this way and warp out. And there is a veteran class ship. It kind of comes in from this direction. It come in, do like a circle around, and then go back out that direction. So there is a veteran class ship that comes in. Then of course all your frigate ships are coming in. Alright, now yes, it's Wednesday, yes. Usually we do our STO notes on Thursday to everything else. Now I'm gonna let you all know, yes, if you go to the thingy, hold on, let me grab it. So, hi Longsword, I see you in there, Longsword. Now one of my other people was asking me in like the TikTok thing. So when you're seeing the nightly news right now, that's just an idea that me and Aaron's kind of talking about, and it's got the other followers suggesting to me to do this, everything else. But down here, if you want to follow what we're talking about, I will post what we're talking about and the link to it, what we're talking about.
Oh, that's creepy.
What?
You got a stream within a stream within a stream there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize that. Thank you, I did not even realize that.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, thanks to Aaron pointing that out, because I'm looking down here. But you'll see, we'll talk about that, and I'll put the link in here, so that way you can go to these links while I'm talking and Aaron's talking to see what we're talking about. So, like I said, we've got a lot to talk about, just everything else. But this nightly news, that's just for tonight. Me and Aaron's going to kind of talk off air about a couple other things. And you can see, now that I'm doing it this way, I can see, like right now I'm going through 8 minutes. Why my thing keeps going crappy? I think it's because I'm just using the one computer for everything, I think. But anyway, now back onto the other side. Alright, pack notes. Now, there's not much in this one because it's basically relating to all the other stuff that's in here, and that's why the way I did it. It's a stream within a stream, yes. Are we in the Matrix? Yes, we are. The Star Trek Online Matrix. Brain attack notes. So as I said, if you want to follow along, go to the link right there, the very first one right there, TC Tech Notes, and we can talk about it now. As you can see, it really talks about the first contact day, which is coming out tomorrow. And as I said, it's going to be a 5-person team event, everything else. It's cross action, so you'll go to the little FTF thing, up here, you'll queue, everything else. Wait for 4 other people to, level in. You have to do at least level 10 to get into it. Then you'll have a timer to run around. Now, I actually did update my triple, because there's another thing, which I will talk about in the final notes later on. That I did go to Triddle today to see if we could look around and look at this stuff that's all through. It's not on the Triddle side yet. Complete the contact.
It probably, they because of when they patch Tribble usually, if it's not on there right now, it's probably not going to be. But I would suggest you check either on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try Saturday because
I would suggest checking on Friday or Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times, I'm going to say what happens, ladies and gentlemen, is like Friday, everybody go check it, everybody go get in there, and basically overload the thing a little bit. But that's when they're actually getting in there and testing. People are complaining, people are commenting, this, everything else. And then Saturday, they'll do it again. The following one is usually Tuesday or Wednesday. They'll do an update, this, everything else. And then after the talent testing done, they'll shut down Turtle and everything else and all, and that's that until the next time to test something. But anyway, like I said, we're trying to keep it short because right now the expanse is on. Right now that recorder's recording it in the background. I'd like to gather the theoretical component at Montana, complete with other players, scavenging to these parts, blah, 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 and create a replica of the missile silo. Like I said, not a rocket, so it will be a model rocket where you collect the stuff, launch it. Whoever gets to the top, to this, everything else, that's it. 20 hours later, you can't do it again. So it's like all the other, like the breach event, the mirror event, where you get the thing, this, everything else, and the one time that you're, collecting and doing, you get it. 20 hours later, you can't. Now, granted, you can go back there and do it again, but the one, the replicated TNX, no, that's
Ooh!
What?
That was some loud thunder. Sorry.
Yeah, there it is. You got thunderstorms coming.
Yeah, if I lose you, I'm probably not coming back tonight.
Probably not. But anyway, hologram voucher, that's it right there. Once those vouchers are collected, players can use them to receive the reward. So that's the thing right there. The more details go to here. And you see, they've got all these here. So, like tonight, I've got all of these here already linked in the stream there. Resolved an issue where Frank's attachment would draw statistically in the Taylor. The Taylor's now having train issues? That's odd.
No, Jimmy, you need to make sure you're paying attention to what it's actually saying. It's not saying it's having an issue now, it's saying they fixed that issue. That's an issue they've been having for weeks.
Yeah, then I thought it was in where the player creator was, not the Taylor.
Same
or
difference.
Was it in the Taylor?
They're both the same thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, received an issue or kit modules or blank. Now, I've not looked at that lately on my other characters, just everything else, because I hadn't been on them lately. But hopefully those white boxes now in text. Result an issue an AFK penalty with being put in place in private queues. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that would really suck. You create a private queue so you can do some leveling up and, loot collecting, and then you stop to go make some coffee, some donuts, a pancake breakfast, and the whole 9 yards, and 30 minutes later come back. You then kick them, you private queue, and then AFK, and I was like, well, wait a minute. This is 39. What'd you do kicking for? Then the cutting beam has a more accurate description. Now, I actually have the cutting beam on this ship, so I'm not sure what they changed here.
And that all it is that they... Sorry. That all it is that they updated the description of what the cutting beam is and what it does. So it's like fixing... It's like fixing typos and junk.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think. Unlike a normal beam weapon, this weapon is a kinetic damage. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, ladies and gentlemen. Up here, they, like Aaron said, they fixed typos and made it more accurate up here.
Right.
Yeah, going back.
Let's see, we did patch notes. Okay, there we go.
Now this next one is called Thursday Celebration Reward. Now, I'm gonna briefly talk about the other one that I did put in the link. The other one. The other day I talked about the first contact while Aaron was at work, just everything else. So that, 2A, I put the link in there so you can look at it and just everything else. But we're going to be talking about this one right here, the first contact reward. Starship trade, theta radiation infused invasion maneuver. That's going to be really interesting. Now, to you people who's on the Romulan side, theta radiation is what the Romulan Scimitar fires, and you
it's not.
I thought it fired over the Tholian. No, yeah, theta radiation.
The scimitar uses Thalaron radiation. This is talking about theta radiation. Theta radiation's different.
No, excuse me. Oh, okay. But that's going to be interesting, use a decent maneuver and have a deal.
Which is kind of interesting. It's kind of like, it adds an attack power onto your evasive maneuvers. So, like, if I'm zipping around in my escort, and I hit that, and I zoom past you, and I hit it at just the right time, it's almost like doing your plasma dump.
Pretty much. That was my tactic for a long time. Gradual one in front of me as I'm coming up to you. You'd get stuck as I tapped over you, do platinum on 3, and just keep on going. And between the gradual radiation and the platinum radiation, I'd knock you down to 20%, and then whatever lines I was carrying or whatever torpedo in the rear I was carrying, you'd be dead in a heartbeat.
Usually tricobalt.
Yeah.
Drop the mine, so you fire the gravity well, you zoom forward and spread the plasma dump on them, and then have it drop the mine just as you're passing, and then the 3 of them together just sort of really work, especially if it makes the black hole appear.
Yeah. Now, I had then rejected one of my other thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. On the rear, you get the green torpedo thing, because if there's a torpedo that it literally laid 12 nines that has transphasic ability, they'll go through your shield and still do a ton of hull damage. Or the new one I've actually been testing with and playing with is the new Zangor 9 thing, which it basically shoots like a Zangor torpedo at you. But if you look at it, it's not really
it's like the brain one, except for it not being.
Yeah, it shoots a tri-bolt.
It's tricobalt instead of transphasic.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Problem is with the 2 of them. The green one is like 3 seconds, and you get 12 nines in total. Where the other one, the Dangor, I want to say it's like 10 seconds, but it only does, like a typical 9 layer, like 4 nines, just everything else. But you can imagine the amount of damage a tri-bolt, having 4 of them, suddenly injecting out and doing their damage.
Right.
It takes like 10 seconds, or the green one, it's like 3 seconds, or to, fire and do again.
Okay.
Alright, but anyway. Now this is, like I said, a replicate toy rocket resembling the Phoenix Zephyr Cocker and legendary War Shield, which was seen in First Contact Day. And it's like I said, I kept saying, not a rocket, not a rocket, not a rocket. So that is what we're doing. We're going to be running around this one area, collecting all of this stuff to put together to create this model rocket. For a team of 5, you'll have so much time to run around, collect this stuff, put it together, and then you go to this, the statue thingy to launch it.
Now, I should point out, when they're talking about it being a team of 5, you're competing against each other. So of those 5 people, whoever goes highest gets the reward.
Yep, gets the reward. And then like the breach event and all these other like narrow events, to 20 hours, you can go back and do like the grease and there. You can keep going back in there to the extra like fleet
But
marks and the other marks and everything else. But to the one hologram of the voucher, you can only go in there to 20 hours, and then you gotta wait 20 hours to do it again to try to get the highest and get it to everything else, to the day.
But they're talking here about it being a replica toy rocket resembling the Phoenix. So what I'm thinking, and this is my theory on this is actually going to be as a reward. I mean, you're building this, so it's cool. I mean, you're going to be using it for the little event. But if it's listing it as a reward, my theory is that it's going to be a trophy, like the Crystalline Entity trophy or the Batleth competition trophy that you can put in your ready room or your mess hall.
Exactly. So, like, yeah, me and Aaron were just talking about that earlier, and that would be kind of interesting to see that everything else. But then, now here's my other kind of, scratch my head, make me wonder. You notice where this picture is? This picture is Starfleet Academy. Is it possible, just a theory, I don't know yet, a theory, the reason why they're showing this picture, say this is a pet of some sort, and like the party poppers, just everything else. You can go to the Fleet Academy. Certain areas you can set up and like the party poppers, shoot the thing up, have it go up in the air, do a couple of silly things, just everything else, and then come back down to you like a party popper.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I was, like, oh, that'd be cool if it was a trophy. But when I saw this picture, I was like, all right, Starfleet Academy, they're shooting this thing up, Party Potter style, certain areas, play with it.
Yeah, have it be something that you could you can sort of call down or use like you would the party popper or like the disco ball or something random like that. I could see that being a thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was talking to you. Now, see, me and Aaron were talking off screen about the reward, possibility of this thing, this, everything else. And then, of course, I was like telling Aaron, keep reading. Now, no, we're not going to get what I want because I actually want this thing as a pliable small ship type, like a shuttle, fighter ship type. Now we're not getting that. Basically, as you can see, Phoenix Hollow Netter, special Hollow Netter through your shuttle or your fighter that will make your ship look like the Phoenix. This device has unlimited duration, unlike the one sold by the Frangie. Now, you can go to the Frangie, they'll give you these auto letters, and it's consumable. If I'm going to say, I think it's like 10 times, you can make a bird cube 10 times, make a green ship 10 times, that's everything else. And then, after you use it up, you're done. You'll have to go back to that Frangie to see him, get that hollow in it or that ship that you want to show off. This one now, as you can see, unlimited duration. So, don't be surprised that as we get close to the April 25th, the timeline, you see a million of these little things flying around.
Right, and honestly, this is probably better than what you wanted. And I say that for one simple reason. What you wanted was a ship that you could fly around, use like a shuttle. Which is cool. It's a small ship. There's not much to it. But that ship would not be combat capable. Because the Phoenix didn't have weapons. However, if you have a hologram emitter make your shuttlecraft, which is combat capable, look like the Phoenix, then all of a sudden your Phoenix can fire things.
Yeah, like that one race, spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, and the Delta Alliance storyline, there's a shuttle race that you have to go race in, that everything else, and it's a great little race, and Court Tom Terrace, how the hell did it
We should do that. We should do that. We should get this holo emitter, put it on our shuttles, and go do that race in the Phoenix.
See, I'm thinking of something, and Aaron's got a better idea. So, like I said, how Tom Terrace doesn't start second beyond me. But at the end,
put it on my
Could
put it on my Scorpion fighter, which is the one shuttle that did the best time of all of my ships. Put it on my Scorpion fighter and just zip it around.
Really? What do they call it? The Federation title, the new attackers.
Granted, I didn't do it in my crafted Delta Flyer. I think I did it in.
I did it crafted. I can get close to Tom Tires at time, but how he did it, beyond know.
You gotta be real good at it. But anyway,
need a shit that can keep boosting like crazy, like those long stretches. You literally got to keep boosting. You got to dump everything into your engine, boost, and then as you come up, in fact, I'll probably do a stream today on how I do it with everything else and all. I actually got close to Tom Paris at that and all, but I had yet to beat it because of his, how he did it. So that's the only thing I could think of.
I think it was maybe like 20 or 30 seconds shy the last time I tried it in the Scorpion Fighter.
The one time I want to say like 8-10 seconds or so.
Oh, nice.
And I was just like, oh my god, just a few seconds. All
right.
I tried.
So,
the very third time I did it, I was literally like 8 seconds behind him. And then I spent like a whole day trying to figure out where he booped, where he did it, and it was like the third time I walked in, third time I did it, I was like 8 seconds behind him. All the other times, no matter what I did, I couldn't get close enough. It was like, okay, you're a minute behind, you're now 30 seconds behind, next one, you're now 2 minutes, and it was like, it kept varying. Like 1 minute I was way out of the thing where it almost expired. Another time I was like 30 seconds behind him, 20 seconds behind him. So that very first time when you go out there, you want to make sure all your dots are ready, everything's all ready, because that's probably going to be your closest to his time, his record time. All the other times I couldn't get close. I was always up, down, up, down.
Alright, so we should move on. Why don't we do the ship stats next?
That's what I'm going to do next.
We'll save the big thing for the end.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen. Alright, now, on my thing, if you notice on number 3, I'm going to talk about this. But if you go to my other stream, I actually talk about this, but if you didn't catch it, I actually posted in 3A. It's the notes right here, so that's 3A right there. Yeah, that's the big one. You see the big one. Well, that's going to be the last. So we're going to go to this one. Now, the other day, like I said, they posted these stats to these ships. These are all T6 escorts, which could be available Thursday?
It didn't give us a date, although I would imagine that they'll be available Thursday. But actually, let me go and see.
Yeah, I'm out there at the bottom. It's not saying anything. Just disclaimer, intonation can change, blah, blah, blah.
Here we go. Allied Escort Bundle. I'll look at the original article and see if it says. I don't think it did, though.
No. Because I know the other one. It said coming soon, ship stats coming soon, which is now out now.
Yeah, they haven't given us a date. So it's coming soon, but we don't have it yet.
My guess, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be April 25th, because we've got a lot going on. And if you notice right here, it says Star Trek Online Reckoning. Come April 25th, that's going to be changing. When you see in the next notes, you'll see why I'm making that comment. But pay attention to this corner right here. That's going to be changing on April 25th. Alright, so we're excited to bring 3 new Tier 6 escorts to each faction. Thirdly, we'll gain access to... How do you pronounce that? Kitty cat?
Cation?
Cation, thank you. Which, ladies and gentlemen, me and Aaron was talking yesterday. No, that one ship, it's a science ship. If that's what they're doing, I would actually like to see them do an engineer type class. Because now we have the science ship of them. This is going to be a tactical ship of them. It'd be cool as hell to see occasion engineer type. So to the people who want to run around as kitty cats and big kitty cat, granted, They can jump the highest and from melee attacks and, for close range type battles. The Cajuns are your best warriors because of the way they fight. They're the best, the melee and close combat abilities. Okay, so level 50 or higher, you little purchase it. Each of these escorts will have the fleet version thing. In fact, maybe here's the notes in here. These escorts will have a special heavy weapon and equipment slot. So that's going to be interesting to look at. Alright, there's one Cajun Escort T6. Tier 6, available, fleet, Darkly, Dice Admiral, Shield Navigator 1, 4 in the front, 3 in the back. I thought escorts had 5 and 2 in the rear.
This one doesn't.
No, this one's got 2 in the front, 3 in the back. 2 of the dice slots. Lieutenant Tactical, Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Engineering, Lieutenant Commander, Science / Intel. And, okay, so it's going to be an Intel style ship because it's got an Intel type. And 1 universal seat. Console, Thor Tactical, 2 Engineering, Thor something. Wow, Thor Science? Tactical Science character's gonna love this little ship.
Oh, yeah.
Base turn rate 16, 22, plus 10 Thor engine, 10 to weapons. Now, me and Aaron was actually looking at this railgun destabilizer module. Oh, so that's the heavy weapon slot. It's gonna do the railgun.
Yeah.
Really?
So the railgun is the heavy weapon slot, but the railgun destabilizer module is a universal console, and the two will work together, as it talks about later on when it actually goes into the actual railgun. But it is this heavy duty weapon slot is interesting. We're going to talk about it in a minute, though. So let's go ahead and keep going.
Alright, now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we had the Cajuns on the Starfleet side, the Kitty Cat people. On the Klingon side, they are kind of the same race. They're not called Cajun, they're called Frasians. Did I pronounce that right?
Yep, Pharasans.
Thank you.
In fact, Pharasa, which is the planet that the Pharasans come from, is one of the systems that they had added when they redid the new map.
Yep. So now it's going to be a mirror kit copy of the Federation. So you see, all of this is going to be a mirror image of the other one. Alright, next will be the Romulan bird.
The Hathos, yeah.
Yeah, Hatho? I was going to say, I don't know why, I want to say Halo.
But again, it's going to be
based on a heavy design.
Yeah, the only difference between this and the other two is that this uses a singularity core instead of a warp core.
Right.
And that hit and run starship trait's going to be really good too.
And fleet, this is the fleet one. So learning pretty much is going to be a narrow copy of all the shit. It's just one to Federation, one to Klingon, and one to Romulan. Alright, now we're looking at the so-called heavy weapon. Potential weapon deals kinetic damage theoretically and fires like a standard weapon. May be upgraded like a standard weapon, so it's probably like a Dino Ray style. Swapped out for another heavy weapon, placed in by other Starship heavy weapon slot. Railgun fires, 360 arc, I like that. Deals heavy kinetic damage to your target, and coordinated damage will attack okay, so it's like the cutting beam, kind of.
Yeah, a little.
That's what it's kind of sounding like to me. Alright,
Except the cutting beam is, a beam, and the railgun is projectiles.
Okay, good point. Okay, heavy weapons, a new item slot in your Starship inventory. UI, only heavy weapons can be placed in this slot. Heavy weapons can be upgraded like normal weapons. Will show up in your weapon's UI and can be set to auto fire. However, unlike other projectiles and direct energy weapons, they are not affected by weapons not So do you try to do like Dean over 3, High Yield 3, or Twit Thread 3, those modifiers are not going to be affected like the Lance and the Dino Lance, just everything else. They're not this not going to be affected by them.
This next paragraph is the most interesting part about the railgun.
Yep, the nodule.
No, I mean, what it says is that initially these starships, so these escorts here that we're talking about, will be the only ships to possess a heavy weapons slot. However, when Season 13 launches, many starships will be receiving a heavy weapons slot. Tier 6 raiders and all Tier 6 starships with a tactical commander seat, 7 weapons, and 1 or fewer hangar bays will receive a heavy weapon slot and access to basic upgradable heavy weapon. So they're going to be bringing in more and making it so that other ships can also use heavy weapons, which means eventually something big like my what might use that? I think under these criteria, my MVAM might be able to use this.
Well, if you want to get technical, the one, I forget what Escort has it, but one of the Escort actually has a Phaser Lance. Not a Spinal Lance, it's called a Phaser Lance, where it kind of looks like a Spinal Lance, but it shoots like it, that it actually does more damage, and it's more effective than the Spinal Lance, that it shoots a Phaser, right? You have the Klingon, it shoots a Destructor Lance, and if you have the Romulan, it shoots a Plasma type Lance. And it's actually more effective than the Phaser or Spinal Lance is. So that's going to be interesting coming out.
This new inventory slot and item is being introduced to reinforce the damage roll of starships that possess them and may significantly improve your starship's damage output, especially after being upgraded. So for tactical officers, these heavy weapons, they're going to become more of a common thing and you are going to want them.
Well, you remember back in the old Starfleet Academy, when you had your ship, you had certain ship that had that heavy weapon ability, and when you had a bunch of them, you'd craft a bunch of them, have them grouped together, but you didn't want to. You kind of want them kind of hang back a little bit because you wanted your tanks up in front so they could start soaking up the damages, just everything else, and have these guys, on your secondary line so they'd come in and then tell them fire all heavy weapons, and whatever your cruisers were dealing with, tanking up, your second line would be all these, heavy weapon type shit that would just wipe out everything, and then both crews could just move to the next area.
Right. Alright, we're getting close to about 40 minutes, Jimmy, so we do want to keep going.
So Starship Council. Okay, Starship Council equipped the railgun destabilize a nodule, which is universal. Activate this nodule will cause your starship to overload its railgun and deliver a weapon barrage. Keyword, weapon barrage is also a Terran Empire ability, so I'm actually going to be looking at the Terran Empire to see if there's any way that these two could work with each other, because it's being a weapon barrage ability.
I bet they could.
Huh?
I bet they could.
Yep. Explosive projectile at random nearby enemies. Each projectile will deal heavy kinetic damage to the affected area. A small shield penetration. If your hull strength is low at the end of the barrage, you receive a large increase to your flight speed, meaning that you can basically do, full throttle or whatever, step on the title or whatever it's called, and suddenly do like rock and roll. That's what I'm thinking, like rock and roll and get out of range when you're taking low hits or you're low on health. Starship trait. After achieving level 5 in the Katian, Traskins, and the Woodard one, you'll unlock Hit and Run Starship trait. While this trait is slotted, excessive maneuver will provide a very high damage resistant rating dot. When excessive maneuver is expired, you receive a weapon damage and critical hit damage dot for a short period of time. So you critical hit people like me now, yeah, you definitely want to take a look at this. So the critical chances. This is going to be interesting. And next one, the big story. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next one is it's coming soon. Season 13, Escalation, coming in April 25th. And if you notice the corner down here, Starfleet Online, Escalation, keep an eye on your screen, because this is going to be changing come the 25th. The battle for the galaxy continues, Captain, on April 25th, PC players, not console, so we don't know yet to the console. I double checked the console, not listed to the console side. The PC players will be able to experience the new season.
My guess, because console just got Reckoning,
probably after the summer
so
event.
They're probably going to get Escalation a few weeks after we do.
Right. Because they are, slowly you console players, and I have them posting, and you haven't noticed, ladies and gentlemen, I have them posting, like Aaron, he's got a PlayStation, I've got an Xbox One, but I am posting the console stuff, just everything else and all. But anyway,
man,
the new season online, season 3 Escalation. This season will bring a brand new featured episode, new types of keys to the war game system, which will have new challenges, new types, new reputation. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I told you, keep an eye out. We have the reputation coming. No word yet if we have another fleet holding coming out. No word. The new reputation is coming out on the 25th. So if your Lucari's not done yet, you need to put the pedal to the metal and get your Lucari done fast.
Yeah. So with the stuff for season 13, definitely the reputation. Like you and I were talking, we don't think that if they do another fleet holding, that they'll probably be waiting on it until at least like the half season update. So season 13 and a half, which would be sometime in the fall. The other thing is, Jimmy, did you look at the logo here for the Star Trek Online Escalation?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's got a planet or whatever being destroyed by the protomatter.
And is it being destroyed or is it being created?
Oh, good point. I was thinking that the bomb hit and that basically it destroying everything, I thought.
Right. Well, remember when they use it, they're using it to, the Zenkethi are using it to destroy. The Lucari use it the way that Dr. Marcus in Wrath of Khan had intended to create a habitable space to live on.
But what's the drawback? What's the catch-22?
It's unstable.
Well,
but that's the thing, though, is that it was unstable for Dr. Marcus. However, the Lucari, the way that the blogs have been going, use it regularly and have actually found ways to stabilize it. So they might know a little bit more about protomatter than the Federation did during Wrath of Khan.
Right. Well, see, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in. Yeah, back then he was unstable. But as it said, even back then, whatever was on the planet, whatever it is, let's say it's Earth, it's everything else, and you fire this thing, basically it will annihilate everything as we know on Earth, and as it destroys it, it will wipe out everything here on Earth, just everything else. But in return, even back then, you can kind of like program it, kind of. This then also, wipe out Earth. But let's say you want to have, theoretically, like they were doing in the other one, a Klingon world, Klingon Empire, Klingon everything. It would wipe out everything on Earth, like Federation, like everything else, and all that. But as it rebuilds and it does its thing, and replacing what destroyed, this Klingon Empire, Klingon home, Klingon trees, Klingon flowers, as it destroys, your cherry trees, your Federation, your Federation building, just everything else. As Aaron's pointing out, Nady, the Lucari has found a way to,
Well, they've definitely found a way to control it, because they talk about it like they talk about using protomatter like we talk about using wood to build a house.
Exactly. But then in the other one, if y'all remember, ladies and gentlemen, when they named that I have to get the name of the planet. Now I have to get the name of the planet. Where's Stalker Thorn at? Or Redorn?
Genesis.
Yeah, thank you, Genesis. Genesis planet. Even back then, Carol Knockers, thought it great, did everything else and all, but unfortunately, being unstable, it basically had a time clock where once you did it, time would start kicking down. You would have so much time that before it basically destroyed itself and became like a black hole or it just basically wiped itself out and became like a black hole or an asteroid belt or whatever, because it was unstable back then. But in the process of destroying and recreating to that short, say 10 hours theoretically. After 10 hours you get to walk around and you wanted to see the Klingon entire, like that one Klingon captain was trying to do. After 10 hours you can do a Klingon, walk around the 10 hours, just that and all. But in the ninth hour, all hell go to hell, just that and all, because the planet would start breaking up, the volcano started tightening up, the weather pattern would suddenly go from, peak the Klingon weather to, stormy night destroying everything. 10th hour, kaboom, thanks for visiting. But now getting back on the next one, so I'm gonna kind of push it. We're now 36 minutes exactly. So new featured episode. New and spoke players go journey with the Lakari captain. And by the way, I'm gonna actually quote this because Aaron was asking me a question. This is her, by the way. Where it talks about her sunrise, talks about the echo. Down here talks about the the dogs, just everything else, and other little things, just everything else. So maybe later on I'll tote that in the thing later on. But anyway, so players go journey to Lakari with the new captain as she explores her title's past and battles a new threat. Now, you people have been following our little blog, just everything else. These little things here, I'm starting to wonder if these little blogs that we've been reading, this is a reference to those blogs.
The blogs always have something to do with some sort of content that's either coming up or has been released. And just a side note, I'm looking at this picture on the season 13 article, and this planet they're standing on kind of reminds me of Balmora.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, but that's
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, me and Aaron were talking off screen. There's a lot of things going on in this stuff that and all that. I'm sorry. Now, Aaron, I miss you. You're a great little buddy of mine. I totally miss you in Star Wars Old Republic. And it's kind of funny. We got the 25th coming out. We've got Elite Dangerous coming out next month. We've got, coming to Star Wars. So we've got a lot of new stuff going on for a lot of these games, just everything else. And I totally agree with you. That's Belnora. I totally agree with you. They went to Belnora, copycat the whole entire place, and now they're going to throw it into Star Trek. So we can have
also whatever that person there is wearing is an interesting little outfit there. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, in the new featured episode, this new thread is coming from the Zenkethi. So, the Zenkethi are up to their craziness still. And then we've got the next part.
Oh, now Aaron did not get to play. Aaron, you should have played the arena. You would have had so much fun if you could have played the arena. This War Games queues will put players on a head-to-head competitive scenarios. These new queues will split 10 players into 2 teams of 5 who must race to complete objectives so the other team succeed. Now, it had been talking with the 10th fleet to everything out, got the arena for a lot of us, got a lot of fun, and we kind of wanted to come back again. So, this War Games, that's the arena all over again, but instead of being like a one-time event,
Could be. The other thing that I think what this reminds me of, is back when we were still in the early days of the game. The PvE queues where we could like challenge other players and things like that were, or or not. Yeah, it was still technically PVE, wasn't it? Or do they count that as PvP?
Let me look.
But the queues had a couple of different kinds of things that you could do against live players. One of them was a kind of like a power play kind of a thing where you're fighting each other to control different parts of this sector map. So like you had if it was like our fleet base, you would have the fleet base, you would have a communications array, you would have a shipyard, you would have such and such, you would have such and such, and you were fighting each other for control. That's what this kind of sounds like.
Yeah, because I'm looking at them. Arena, Assault, Capture and Hold Arena, Solo or Duo Queue, Snowcraft Arena. And you see, nobody does them anymore because it's just, you get a lot of these TDT teams that come in and they're so well equipped, so well geared that that the second you spawned in, you're already dying because they're basically, they're not, they're kind of spawn camping because they're sitting right in front of where you spawn in at, but they're just AoEing the whole entire area just spawn in. So you're literally being destroyed the second you come in. So a lot of people, it's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care anymore. And you literally had, you literally, had to have like Epic Mark 13 type, and, you do, like 2 like 2 run and 2.
If you want to keep it under an hour, Jimmy, we got about 9 minutes.
I've got 53 minutes exactly. I'm watching the time on the YouTube thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep an eye on it for you, too.
Alright, balancing. Now, like I said, on the turtle, you can still test it out, but pretty soon that's going to go away. You're not going to be able to test it anymore on the turtle, but April 25th, to support the new wargame system, we've created a player potential system that will knock you and the other player to a brand new way. Our goal is to ensure that every decision a captain makes is an effective one. With that in mind, we've made many changes to the space conduct that encourage captains to explore new aspects of gameplay. These changes will go live with Season 13. Now, granted, and it's kind of funny, because in Star Wars Old Republic, they've got a new planet that's coming out that's going to be like Tatooine, Hoth, where it's going to be an open world type where, I see a Republic player, I see an entire player, and you can go duke it out and just everything else and all. Star Trek is doing the exact same thing where you can have this one area, both sides can go ahead and go at it, duke it out, just everything else and all. So they're going to try to bring the TDT aspect back in. I'm hoping. Now, granted, when it first came out, it was kind of broken, but it was fun to do, and it was good to do, and it was good credit, to get loot, and then, like, recycle the loot. It was good. But then you had these pro TDT teams that came in, and that was it. They basically exploited the broken TDT system, and after that, nobody cared no more. Nobody would show up. And the TDT team, they'd go in there, hey, TDT, we challenge you. Yeah, it's broken, goodbye, whatever. And people just wouldn't do it because how broken the TDT cycle was. So they are going to try to bring it back and make it effective again. What do you think?
I think I want to see how it goes before I make any judgments.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get to see. So we need to make extra sure that we're watching Tribble over the next couple of weeks for any new season 13 stuff.
So far it's not on Tribble yet, because I did check Tribble today, see if there was anything new. So far it's just the balancing system, just everything else.
Right.
And that's the other thing. Maybe because it's not worded as balancing system, but you're going around, you're shooting up things, blowing up things. Maybe that's their way of, going against the TDE, but, with TDE, you can, predict what your NPC is going to do, and then counteract to what the TTT, the NPC, and then, because you can predict the timing and do the timing stuff right, and like that the NPC, where a player, no, 1 minute you think you got him, and he changes his cycle, or changes his buffing, and everything else to catch you. So this is gonna be interesting. Alright, so I'm coming up on 55 minutes. Aaron, you got any other comments? Anybody else? Please leave the comments if I know. I do read my comments. I do, follow up on comments and everything else, like Snubs, Longsword, Aaron there. Anybody have any comments, Aaron?
I don't have anything additional, although we did have some stuff that you and I were talking about before that we want to make sure to talk about, for game stream ideas and things like that. But
right. Alright, so like I said, right now, the extension is about to get done recording and everything else, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because I have been following the extension. I love the extension, this and everything else, and, the last extension, it was an eye shocker, and
hey, I still got to get caught up,
I know Sergeant Draper, she wanted to say a few things, but she was, a good soldier, followed her orders, but you saw her, she was biting her tongue, biting her lip.
I gotta get caught up yet.
That's all I'm gonna say. She's following her orders like a true soldier, but at the same time, she wants to rage, get the lightsaber, get the flamethrowers, and go out to striking. But anyway, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Please subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe. The little button thing, I have noticed other streamers making the comment that if you want to get up to date this thing, there's a little telephone button thing. Click on that. That way, the second I start streaming, the second I post, like comments to the chat boxes, you'll get notifications on there, and we can do like interaction back and forth. But thank you for following, thank you for subscribing. Live long proctor. I will see you out there in the stars. And I need to get off here because I need some more tea and I got to get ready for my show. Aaron?
See you out in the stars, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, everybody.